Did you know that according to a recent study, over 70% of workers above 40 have health issues and burnout that leads to serious heart problems, and that the most heart attacks that happen to the people over 40 are happening on Monday mornings? Yes, Monday mornings are the most stressful time of the whole week, because if you are having a job that is affecting your health, then you will certainly not end well. When I heard that statistic, I thought to myself, that was me a few years ago. I was having a boss that called me at 4:30 in the afternoon, outside work hour, and I realized your mobile phone drops the connection after 2 hours of conversation. Yeah, I had 4-hour conversation outside of my working hours with my boss, and the only satisfaction on that job was money, and that money wasn't enough because my health problems, my stress levels, my anxiety levels ruined my relationship and even led me to a divorce. If you're feeling the same way on your current job, I will bring you 5 things you can do to gradually ditch that job or change it. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong in having a job. I know I'm not some kind of a YouTube influencer which says jobs are evil, you all have to work for yourself. Having a job is a nice thing because of the security it brings and other things. But if that job gives you health issues, anxiety, stress, hear me out and I will try to help you to change things up and find a better job or find a side hustle and ditch that job forever and actually work for yourself like I did a few years ago. The first thing is you have to plan. Think of your job as a sinking ship. You cannot just jump overboard into the water and hope for the best. You have to have a plan. Back when I was stuck in that awful job, I knew I couldn't just go out. I had paychecks, I have bills, I had responsibilities. I couldn't just go out. So I started a small side hustle, plan my exit by making my income higher. That was the first step I took to go away from my job. Treat your exit plan like a road trip. You don't just go and jump into the car and start driving. You plan a route, you plan what groceries you will have, what things you will have, where will you sleep. So the actionable steps here are: start something small aside your job. You can use 1 to 2 hours. I have few videos where I can show how to do that. Set mini goals, set timeline. I want to go out by the end of this year, for example. Learn new skill and use the skill you already have to make a better exit. Every day you spend in a shitty job is one step forward to making it go away. But if you have a plan, it will work for you as well. The second thing I will tell you is you need to change your mindset. Change your thinking about your job. Think of your job as just one chapter in your life. Shift your mindset. If you can't leave your job right now, change how you think about it. Let me explain. I remember I was sitting at a desk programming and thinking, oh my god, every second of this shitty job is like an hour. But then I start shifting my perspective and thinking of my job like a gym. You remember, you hate some things in the gym, but at the end, all that you do in the gym is making you stronger. So in the same way, think about your job and start shifting your perspective. It will make life easier. Treat your job like a weightlifting journey. Every bad coworker or a bad boss on a bad day that you have are just making you mentally stronger in order to help you to find another job or ditch it altogether. So actionable steps here are: you need to shift your perspective, you need to focus on the skill you have and develop new skills, learn new things that will help you get a better job. And the most important thing is, don't let emotions get over you. Shift your perspective and have control over everything that is happening. This job might be tough, but it's not forever. Think of it as a training for the better one. Here is a hard truth, and that is number 3. Sometimes we play a bigger role in our own stress problems that we actually think we are. I remember sometime in my old job, I was always having this bad conversation with coworkers, and I was always blaming them. But when I stepped up and look at the situation, I realized that my stress and anxiety are actually bringing bad emotion into every conversation I took. And at that point, when I realized that, everything went to better and I had better relationships with coworkers and even my family at home, because I realized it was me, it was my stress levels, and I shouldn't blame others for the problems I have. It was like I was driving a car and wondering why it's not working while park brake was on. Think of your problems like a traffic jam. You blame all the other drivers for the jam, but maybe you just didn't check your blind spot. Try to reflect, have an honest look. Is it everybody else that's the fault for your problems at work, or is it even you? And consider changing your approach, a better mindset, fewer emotions, and maybe even more patience. Taking control of your mindset is like fixing your car. When you fix things, it suddenly drives smoother. Number 4 is don't take everything personally. One of the biggest lessons I've learned in my 49 years of life is that it's not all about you, it's sometimes about them. I remember working my heart off and my ass off on a project a long time ago, and I got a bad review. And I was frustrated because I gave everything to that project and I got bad review. Then I realized that the review system changed. So it wasn't my performance and or review guy that was to blame, it was the system. It's like playing a game of poker. Sometimes you are dealt with a bad cards. It doesn't make you a bad player, you just have a bad hand. At that moment you need to learn when to hold them and when to fold them. Don't let every little thing get the better of you. A bad review on the job doesn't define you or your performance. Learn to shrug off the things that aren't in your control. Remember, most people have problems like you and they're not thinking about you. They're thinking about their problems and their frustrations. So if you take that approach, life will be better. Once you stop taking everything personally, it's like putting your backpack down and lifting that weight off your shoulder. So in all that mess, the number 5 thing you need to do is keep your CV to the point. Update your CV every 6 months. Even if you're not planning to leave a job, that's very important, because if you are not writing your CV every 6 months but you are on a job for 10 years, you will be in trouble because things change. Think of your CV like a garden. If you don't tend to it regularly, adding new skills, it will probably be in vain. It will grow a lot of weeds and it will be hard to fix when you will need fixing. Update your resume every 6 months and shop for other opportunities, even if you are satisfied at your job. You never know when a better one will come. Or find a side hustle and you will be able to ditch that job. Just like a car that needs a regular maintenance, your CV needs it too, and also your career. Learn all your life and you will always find a better job or create your own. So now you've got some strategies you can employ to start planning your exit plan from your current job. But what do you do? What side hustle to take? What next steps are? And that's what this next video is all about. I will show you how to do the next thing you need. And remember, your job doesn't define you. You define your life. It's never too late to make a change. And every step you make is one step closer to the life of your dreams.